The Gauteng's MEC for Social Development, Nandi Mayatula-Koza, joins us now to discuss this. Good evening, MEC. Thank you very much for your time. Upon your arrival at that facility, tell us what you found.
Good evening, Vuyo, and good evening to your viewers. Indeed, having received a very disturbing video clip this afternoon, I think it was around about 1 p.m., of a child being abused by somebody who's supposed to take care, of. I got very, very disturbed, and I decided to go to Carletonville there and there, together with my social workers, my senior managers responsible for children, as well as the police. Upon arriving in Carletonville, we first spoke to the principal of the school, and she then shared with us that she wasn't aware of the abuse of children in her nursery up until 2 weeks ago, when one of her two child care practitioners, shared a video with her. Apparently, the principal of the school had blocked the phone number of this care worker. Apparently, they no longer had a good working relationship. But then she somehow, this child caregiver somehow called the principal of the school, saying to her that I have a video of child abuse in your school. If you don't give me money right now, I will expose the video. So, she threatened the principal, such that the principal decided to report the matter to the police. And upon, discovering child abuse, the perpetrator of abuse, the second care worker, was then arrested. And unfortunately, I hear today, when I visit the family of the child, that care worker, the perpetrator, has been, she's now out on bail. So, having spoken to the principal, I then spoke to the parents who were there, the two parents of the children who go to that creche. And they actually told me that, abuse has been going on in the school, and the principal has not been doing anything about this abuse. They told me that, one parent told me that, her child came back home, a little boy came back home with bruises on his legs. Upon checking with the principal as to what happened to her child, the principal says the child fell from the swing, and the principal did not investigate the matter. So the parents just, continued the taking of the child to the creche. So I then found out that, in fact, there has been abuse in the school, but the principal says she hasn't been aware. So that's when we decided to tell the principal that we are closing. We are closing this school because of negligence and neglect of children, And we closed the school also because I asked the question if the school was registered, and I've discovered that it was registered in the past in 2016, but the registration has expired. And I asked the social workers why they haven't ensured that the principal has re-registered the school. The social workers say we have reminded the principal several times that she needs to comply and apply for proper registration. That has not happened. I asked if the principal has the qualifications, to be a child practitioner. Yes, she has qualifications, but then they say the principal refused to give them, give social workers the details about the qualifications of the caregivers, which therefore tells me that the caregivers are probably not qualified to take care of the children. They are not trained. They are not, capacitated on how to take care of children. So those are the factors that we considered to then decide that the school is going to be shut down. They will be receiving an enforcement letter today to that effect. And secondly, we then also decided to say we must provide a list to the parents of the children. It's about 15 children. They will get the list of legal, registered facilities, ECD facilities, that take good care of the children in the surrounding area of Carletonville, so that the parents can then take their children to those safer spaces.
Now, in terms of the laws and the rules, of which you are one of the custodians, what is supposed to happen when, as the social workers have told you, the school and its principal get told repeatedly that they are not compliant, but they keep on doing what they are doing, obviously illegally? What's supposed to happen, or what should happen in those instances?
The social workers have a duty to report to the head of department, or rather to their managers, who should also sensitize the head of department that they have been repeatedly advising the owner, or rather the manager of a creche, to comply and to register and to ensure that there's no abuse in the school.
Did they do that in this instance?
I doubt that happened.
Are you certain it didn't happen, or you didn't ask MEC?
I'm not certain. I doubt if it happened, but I will, check with the head of department, who's not here with us, if she got any indication whether or not the social workers reported that there was no cooperation from this particular principal of the school, because they have a duty to inform in the first instance the regional manager, who then informs the head of department. And because these are operational issues already, the head of department then needs to decide as to what needs to happen. But I've always said to my managers, please inform me about all these, bad things that are happening in these institutions.
Oh, I was under the impression that you did speak to the social workers.
Yes, I did.
And that is why you are able to say that they have been speaking to the principal, warning the principal repeatedly that what they are doing is wrong and certainly not according to the legal prescripts. But then are you saying you didn't ask them as to what it is that they did then upon discovering that this school was non-compliant?
I'm not certain. I said I'm not certain that they reported the matter, because I said they have a duty to report the matter to the senior managers, so that senior managers can therefore assist them and take action against lack of cooperation by the principal. So I'm not certain if they reported the matter.
Now, what you've taken this decision to close down the facility, but are you also taking care of the children who were, part of this facility? What happens to them? I think you have very good grounds for closing it down, but what should happen now to those who were sending their children there?
Yes. We then advised the principal that, she needs to communicate with the parents, maybe call them into a meeting in the presence of the social development social workers and at least a senior manager, to then inform the parents that the creche has been closed down by social development, and that social development will now identify the alternative creches around the area in Carletonville, so that the parents can now choose which of these ECDs they can take their children to. Now we are at the home of the child who's in the video. I'm told that there's more than one video clip, but I only saw one video clip, and I'm at the home of the child who's in the video clip that I saw this afternoon. And the parents are crying, the grandparents are crying, because this is a very, very sad situation. In fact, the mother of the child says she had not seen the video up until a few days ago. Apparently, the South African police had advised the principal not to show the parents the video. So it's still fresh, and she's crying in the house. But the question that she's then asking is, because they had already paid the fees for the month of April, what is then going to happen when they take their children to the alternative creches in this area? We have then decided, the social development, that she must refund the parents the remaining, the money for the remaining days, so that they can pay for their little ones at these alternative creches.
Even more reason, MEC, I think you should get involved, because you cannot leave it to that person under whom, or this actually happened, to go and tell the parents to take their children to other facilities. I don't think they will be able to do that. That's the first one. But secondly, these kids probably need a great deal of help. And I think you should come in there as the department to try and get them the help, the counseling, and whatever else that they may need. And thirdly, there may be very real financial pressures, as you yourself has just said, which may make it difficult for some of these parents to actually take their children to another facility if they have already paid at the facility where they have been. Yes.
If I can't make it tomorrow morning, I will try my level best to make it tomorrow morning before my 9 o'clock engagement. Probably I should be back here by 8 o'clock. I will just finalize the arrangements for that meeting tomorrow. But
maybe you should cancel your engagements.
I beg yours?
Maybe you should cancel your engagements and attend to this here and now, because you don't know what may happen tomorrow, and really how these children especially are coping right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I will definitely try my level best to be here tomorrow at 8 o'clock, so that I can also interact with the parents and convey the decisions of the department. Tomorrow we are launching a facility, a social integrated facility, as you say. It can either wait or it can be shifted to a later time, so that I pay attention to this very serious matter. Secondly, indeed, my social workers, we have decided that they should come back and offer the psychosocial services, counseling of the children, but also counseling of the parents, because both the parent and the grandparents are actually crying, so you can imagine how they are feeling. So that is going to happen. And I think in the meeting tomorrow, we can therefore discuss the issues of financials, the transfer of finances, and whether or not the parents, can afford going forward. These are the issues that will be on the table tomorrow morning.
Okay, MEC, that's where we're going to leave it for now. Thanks very much for talking to us. Gauteng MEC for Social Development, Nandi Mayatula Khoza.